Hey guys, it's Proud Cat Lover. Today we're going to be weighing my geckos, and we'll also be weighing my snakes. I forgot. So yeah, we'll be weighing my geckos and my snakes today. So I wanted to discuss real quick how important it is to have a working scale that is accurate. So this is a 100-gram weight. This is the brand I use for my adults and my snakes. This is actually a food scale, and it has a glass base, and it has this metal cover here, which is really easy to clean with like an alcohol swab or something. And this here is the brand of the one my dad used to use for whenever he weighed like food and stuff, like small amounts. This actually tells grains and it tells grams. So of course I use it for grams because that's what most reptiles are weighed in. So like I said, this is 100. And this is how I check to make sure it's accurate. 100 grams. Put it on here. 100 grams. So these two are perfectly zeroed. They're ready to go. So now we will measure the weights of the reptiles. I'm going to start with the adults and the snakes first because they're easier. They're a lot more docile and they can just chill out. So let's get the first adult gecko out, which is probably going to be Ember. Okay guys, so I was also going to say real quick before I start weighing the geckos and the snakes, it's always good to keep a record book on hand. Like this here is all the records for when they have been weighed, how much they weighed, and what day and month it was and whatnot, and the year of course. So you can see this is Ember's, but you can see how Ember used to be at one time. Let's see where it was, because it was crazy. Yeah, she used to weigh in August of 2016 79 grams, which was way too much for her. So she's now staying around the high 50s to low 60s area, which is a way more healthy weight for a gecko to be at. Okay guys, so I have Ember right now, and you can see she's fired down, and you can kind of see how she has that green look to her, which is interesting, because even in person, like the camera makes it look a little bit more green, but even in person, like especially these stripes on her back, it does look an olive green color, so it's cool. But she was sleeping. She's not very happy that I woke her up. So, get her to walk on the scale here. Nope. She never wants to stay. She always wants to move around. So I'm going to pause it. Well, actually, I don't know if she'll let me touch her tail. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Normally, I like to get all the body on there, the tail and whatnot. So it looks like, and you always want to let the scale sit for a minute. I always like to push on it so it zeroes back out to whatever it actually has on it. So looks like she has 60 grams. So then we'll come over here with our pen, and she always chills over there. If it was one of the babies, I wouldn't do this. And let's see, it is, yes, Rose, thank you. It is August 28th. Yes. 2018. And then you put 60. Rose! Okay. Scribble out that 60, because that looks bad. 60. Okay. So now, we just do that several more times. Without you guys having to see it. I just wanted you to watch that one part. So, we will put up Ember. Now the only time I sanitize this is when I have a different species going on there. So like when I'm weighing the snakes, I will sanitize the scale. That way there's no cross-contamination. Okay guys, so next up we have Magma. My beautiful boy. He's very fired up right now, which is interesting because normally during the day when I wake them up, they're not fired up. So you guys get to enjoy his full color. He's so pretty. He has such a big head. I hope some of his babies turn out to have big heads. And he has such a thick tail, like really, it's huge compared to any of the other geckos I have. So, get him on the scale now, please. Thank you. All the adults always cooperate and get on the scale. Looks like he is 61 grams. So we'll write that down. Get a close up on those cute face. The cute face. So adorable. Okay guys, so here's Phoenix. She also is fired down because, you know, it's during the day. I'm not sure why Magma was all fired up unless he saw Ember next door to him because their tanks are next to each other and thought he needed to show off for the ladies or something. But here's my little frog butt Phoenix. So let's get her on here. Come on. Nope. No. See, some of them will do this sometimes where they just don't want to stay. Nope. Okay, looks like she's 39 grams. She's my little lady. She's so pretty where those scales right here are blonde. So pretty. Okay, so Blaze is up next, and look how light colored she is when she's fired down. Like, I think she's actually going to shed, because you can see the white between the scales, and when you hold it back you really can tell, actually. I don't think she's just fired down. I think she's going to shed soon, but let me get the scale turned on here. Okay, come over here. She's been digging a lot, so I think she's going to be laying eggs, but she is laying duds right now, which hopefully it'll stay that way because she should be done laying eggs. So it looks like it's saying 45. Stay. Yeah, I'm just going to go with 45. But yeah, you can tell, looks like she's going to be shedding. The way she looks. That's probably why she was hanging out at the bottom of the tank. So anyway, now we'll move on to the snakes. Okay guys, so here is Ashir. He's the one that you guys never get to see very often because he's such a pain. So he just jumped out of my arms onto the floor because he's very squirmy, and I'm actually shocked he's sitting still, probably because he's still dazed from jumping onto the floor. Luckily, he was only at this height, which is like 3 feet from the ground, but still, that probably wouldn't feel very good. So he looks okay though, and I've had my geckos jump that far and be fine, so, but he actually is holding still, shockingly. When I get him out of the tank, he has to throw his fit in here for about 2 minutes, because I had to take his bark and his log out. He'll throw his fit, fling his poop, and then I can pick him up and he's fine. So, but I couldn't get him to sit still on the scales because I just tried to see if I could do it without using a snake bag. I have a snake bag for Raja. I really don't want to put him in it just because I'd like to have a snake bag for each snake and not use the same one, just in case he were to have something that Raja doesn't, or if Raja had something and I didn't want, you know, him to get it. Just in case, I like to use separate things. So what I'm going to do is use an old sock that I have that's been cleaned and just in my dresser. I'm going to put him in it and let him be in there, but I'm going to try to get him to loosen up on my hand first. There we go. So he'll just kind of chill here for a second. Wish he was behaving this good earlier when I was trying to get him to sit still. Okay, so I'll get the sock. Okay, so I weighed this sock first because you always want to zero out the scale. So that sock weighed 40 grams. So he is in the bottom part. Always remember, if you're weighing them in something like this, to make sure everything is on here. Don't have like this part laying off to the side. You want it all to be on the scale. So it looks like he is 50 grams, and he was 42 grams last time I weighed him, which was last month. So he's gained a lot, which is good. So now we'll get Raja. So here is Raja, and as you can see, he's quite bigger than Ashir, which I don't want him to tie himself in a knot. There we go. So I just woke him up, but yeah, he's quite a bit bigger than Ashir is. So this is his snake bag I got from Pangea on their website, which is the same website I get the food from. And it was only a few dollars and I got it, and it's a really nice bag. So anyway, let's get to weighing Raja. He's going to show you how long he is. So go all the way to the tail. All the way. Boop. Sit him down here. Keep Blossom from whacking him on the face, because look at Blossom. He's like, oh, I really want to touch it. Nope, you can't. Okay, so anyway, to the weighing part. Okay, so we have Raja in here. He does not like the snake bag. So let me see if I can get him to get his body all in the same area for me. Okay, so I had to make sure the curtain wasn't touching this to make it weigh anymore. It looks like he is 121 grams, which is good, because last time he was 104 last month, so that's always a good sign. So anyway, now we'll move on to the baby geckos. Oh, I touched it and it moved. Okay, on to the baby geckos. Okay guys, so the first of the babies to go is Mischief. So you can tell Mischief is definitely going to be a extreme harlequin with portholes, which are those white spots that are right there. And you can see on the other side he is equally as gorgeous with this really pretty back. Not as much pinstriping as usual for the babies, but still really pretty. He's the one that played dead on me. So with babies, we're going to use this one. I've already cleaned this with an alcohol pad, so let's move this one over to here. Oh, the baby is walking on the screen now. Come over here. There we go. Okay, so we'll turn this on. Now, of course, with this one, because I move it around sometimes, I want to check it one more time. There we go. Okay, so it is now ready. Let me get him with my other hand here. Okay, so we'll get him onto here. That's good enough. Stay there. No, come around. Come on, stop. Get your tail on there, though. Curl it up. No. Okay, I got him to curl for me for a second. So as long as he's touching the silver part, it will weigh everything on there. So it looks like he's 3.15 grams. So I'm going to take him and put him up, and we'll go to Hawk next, which is his sibling. Okay, so here's Hawk. He has a very good amount of pinstripe, as you can see on the back. He has a really pretty, gorgeous, whoa, don't be jumping, gorgeous pattern here. He looks like he's going to be a tricolor. He's got equal amounts of orange and white. He's really clean. He has a very clean side. See how it's like that really nice, and I'll put an arrow there, really nice brown that goes right between the back and the sides. Really nice clean back. And on this side, oh, one second. He was wanting to walk up my arm. So here's his other side. Not as much white. Actually, it looks like there's more white than orange on this side, but he's such a cutie. Okay, so we'll see how much you weigh. All the way. Stop. So Hawk is definitely a lot bigger than his sibling. 3.90 grams, almost 4 grams. So Mischief is the runt of the bunch, which I've already known that, but that definitely shows how different two siblings can be. Like Hawk and Mischief were born or hatched on the exact same day, and they almost weigh an exact gram in difference, which is crazy. Okay guys, so now we're moving on to two of Ember's babies. This is Smoke Bomb. Now Smoke Bomb looks just like Ember in the sense that he's just a harlequin, but still very beautiful. He has a really nice crest just like his dad. You can see the resemblance there. This is his other side. He kept wanting to try jumping. You can see how he even has those kind of dark lines on his body that's kind of that brindle color. It's kind of hard to see actually, but we'll get him over here to weigh him. He's quite a fatty, so I think he's going to be a lot. Let me get him on the scale. He's very jumpy. Okay, so I couldn't get his tail to go on there. I know it can curve around because he's done it before when he's sleeping, but he doesn't want to now. No big deal. It says he is 4.50 grams. So one thing that's very unattractive about Smoke Bomb is, even though he is just like Ember in color-wise, he has a very bad attitude. Like, he is not good with handling at all. He's constantly jumping around, constantly leaping everywhere. And all the babies, except for the two younger ones, are going to be getting tank upgrades soon, so they're all going to be in this size, except for the two younger ones, of course. So now we'll move on to Cappuccino. See how he is sleeping. That's how I wanted Smoke Bomb to curl up, but he didn't want to. Okay, so this is Cappuccino, Smoke Bomb's sibling, who is way more laid back than Smoke Bomb is. So you can see all of his really pretty colors. He's got the white along the belly just like his dad, and the orange stripes just like his mom. So it's funny how he kind of has a little bit of both parents. And then the back pattern, very pretty cream with some like auburn orange, really nice crest. Oh, I'm gonna run up my arm now. But anyway, let me bring him over here. Come here. There we go. Get him on there. Go over here. He's a really pretty cream on the top of his head. So I'm not going to attempt to get him to curl his tail around because I doubt he's going to do it. Okay, so I was able to get him to kind of sit in a position of some sort. So it looks like he is 3.95 grams, so a little bit smaller than Smoke Bomb. Not surprised because Smoke Bomb is super fat. So now we'll move on to Snickers and Toffee, and then we'll go to the older babies. Okay guys, so up next is Toffee. So Toffee is Snickers' sibling. He is the one with the most pinstripe I've had hatch. And he has a reverse pinstripe. You can see this dark line that kind of shows up. And he's luckily kept that because Snickers used to have that and he lost it. I'm going to have him get off my hand so I can show him to you on the other side. So here's what he looks like on the other side. He doesn't have much pattern. It's just a very small amount there along the very bottom of the dorsal. Here's what it looks like on the top. It's gotten a lot darker out just because of the fact that I had to let my phone charge for a little bit before I continued videoing. So, nope, stay on there. So it looks like he or she is 4.7 grams. Alright, hey, don't you dare think about pooping or whatever. He's terrible about pooping on me whenever I get him out. So now we'll move on to Snickers. Okay, so here is Snickers. Snickers is one of the babies I'm keeping. And he's fired down right now, but when he's fired up, he's a really pretty dark brown. And those oranges and creams really stand out. Very docile baby. Has a decent amount of pinstriping. So we'll come over here. The main reason I'm keeping Snickers is just because he has a very good attitude, but he also is extremely pretty. So let me see. Can you walk a little bit over to here for me, please? Okay, so it looks like Snickers is just over 4 grams. 4.1. So, yeah, but Snickers is a tricolor. I forgot to mention tricolor pinstripe. And Toffee, I'm probably just going to say is most likely just going to be a low-grade Harlequin, just because of the fact that he really doesn't have a lot of patterning. Get that put in there. So I'll get Snickers put up. Jump in there. Thank you. So anyway, we'll move on to the older babies, which Bramble and Sparks are going to be up next. Okay, so here's Sparks, and Sparks is also a tricolor. I think all 3 babies I'm keeping are actually tricolors. The main reason, though, that I like Sparks is not only because they are very docile, but of the fact that it's really pretty cream colors instead of bright colors. So I don't know if he or she will hold still enough for you to see, but even though the oranges and creams are really pretty, it's like a, oranges and whites, I should say, but the cream color that Sparks is so pretty. Thinking about jumping, stop. But you can see even the back and the crest is really cool, how it stands up off of his or her head. But yeah, and when this little guy fires up, it's a kind of a dark brown, not really super brown or anything, but can you get on here for me, please? Hold the way. Stop. Okay, so looks like 5.57. That's great. So anyway, we'll move on to Bramble next. Okay guys, so here's Bramble, and you actually get to see one of the babies fired up, so you can see how pretty Bramble is fired up. Really pretty. I'm not really sure if I'm saying that he's a tricolor or not, because he does have white, but it doesn't seem to be enough because there's supposed to be the same amount of both colors. So you can see there's a lot more orange, not as much white, so he's probably just going to be a really pretty Harlequin. And his back patterns are really neat. The orange itself just really stands out, so he's just such a pretty baby. And I'm pretty sure Bramble's actually a girl because I looked the other day and I couldn't see any pores. And by this age, I could see pores on on Pecan. Oh my goodness. 6.34. He's so chunky. So chunky. And he has like a little S right there on his back. So cute. Or a backwards S, I should say. But yeah. So 6.39. Holy cow, he's green. 6.39. Before I forget. Okay. So he's gained over 1 gram in a month. That's just crazy. That's crazy. You're such a big girl. Such a big girl. It feels weird saying that because I'm used to saying he, because I thought Bramble was probably going to be a boy. But Bramble's actually a girl. Most likely anyway. So anyway, we'll move on to Pecan and Ash now. Okay guys, so here's my last keeper, which is Ash. And you can see how pretty she is. I'm pretty sure Ash is a girl. I'm not sure. Because earlier when I was looking last night, she almost looked like she was a boy, so I'm not sure. So, but for now, anyway, this is one of the babies I'm keeping, the last one. She, or he, has the least bit of pin dashing, but still a really pretty crest. Very docile, as you can see, just chilling here on my hand. Really pretty baby. So we're going to get her on here. Nope, 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 nope. Right there's good. Okay, so 5.92 it looks like. I don't know if I just said that wrong or not. Let me move the tail. Hey, stop. That's weird. Why does it weigh... Was her body kind of lifted up a little bit when the tail was... Because that's awfully weird. Let me try. Let me try that one more time, because that's really weird what that was doing. Okay, I'm just going to put 5.90. Because that's just wonky. It's kind of doing weird stuff. I'm going to have to check it after this and make sure. Actually, I'll just do it right now. Because the weight is right here. Well, it's all... Oh, it's perfectly on 100. Okay. 5.90. Okay, so gained a little bit of weight. That's always good. And next, we'll be moving on to Pecan. Okay, guys, so here's the last baby. This is Pecan. He is so pretty. He's got these cute little ruffles around his neck. He is a tricolor. Well, I'm kind of actually been thinking about the fact that he might not be a tricolor, because see how he has a teeny bit of orange and then a bunch of cream. So I don't know. I'm still kind of not sure, so I'm letting him get a little bit bigger. But he has a really pretty cream back. Just really nice temperament. Just real laid back. But it's interesting how his patterns differ so much on this side versus his other side, and he's not going to let me show his other side right now. But we're going to get him on here. Hey. This, of course, is Ash's sibling, and they look nothing alike, which is crazy. Kind of like children in real life. One can have red hair, one can have blonde hair, and one can have brown hair. So it's funny. Hey, stop. Stop. Just hold still. Okay, now I'm going to take him back off and put him back on and make sure. Now he's getting freaked out because he doesn't like being out of his tank. Like I've said in previous videos, he is a homebody. He doesn't like being out of his tank. See how he froze with his foot up in the air. Okay, so we're going to say 6'11". Let me double check. Because last time it said 6.1, and that's a huge difference. Stop. Okay, so he weighs 6'11". So anyway, guys, that concludes our video. We'll see real quick how much he weighed last month. So he weighed 520. So he's gained a little bit more. Not too shabby. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your day.